Okay, so the action moves on the west flank. Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld is gonna activate, and now they have a pretty interesting situation. I have to remember I have 2 air points to use, so I placed the counter there. So they are fatigue 2, they are not in prepared defense, and they have got some red support. So now they will counterattack to free the siege of Surovikino. It's gonna be, yeah, a pretty eventful turn, unless they fail their snafu, so we'll see. So they are not gonna enter prepared defense, not yet. We need to break out those units first. So they are not fresh, they are -2 for fatigue. They are using tracks, so it's -4, but they are at optimal distance, so it's -3. This can go either way. And they rolled a 10, -3 is a 7, so they get a full activation. That's exactly what they needed. They are gonna place a double objective zone here on this unit. Their objective is to dislodge this unit and either dislodge this unit or this unit to allow the units to escape. But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough because even if I move this unit out of the way, these units are still, they can't move from Azog to Azog. So maybe we can do something for these units, or maybe we attack our way out of Surovikino, literally across the river. We try to break out, so we free the Zog here, and then these units can move. But first we need to clear the way here, I think. So we only get 1 artillery point. Sorry, getting ahead of myself, but we have these 2 air points that are gonna be useful for sure this turn. And we have full movement allowance, so we're gonna need to do some shuffling here. This unit is gonna be our main attack force, I think, for the crossroads here at Nizhne Kalinovka. So now the question is, do they have enough movement points to get there? Because they need to go 1, 2, 3. Going across a Balka, it's actually +1, so they cannot, because they can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's terrible, that's terrible. Or we can attack here, but you have 1, 2, 3, so we have enough artillery for 3 attacks. We can do 1 here, and 1 here, like actually out of Surovikino like that, but that's not gonna be enough. I think we need to do 2 attacks here. So on second thought, maybe what we can try to do is push back these units and then move some units here along the road to create a safe path for these units and try to hold the line and the road. Maybe get a second activation, even if we need a 6, is pretty hard, and then get this out, or maybe the next turn. So we don't actually need to break out of Surovikino, because even if we do, even if we attack our way here, there are still Zogs here, and I don't think I can dislodge 4 Soviet units with only 3 artillery points, even if we have red support. So we're gonna go here first. Let's do it like that. This alarm battalion is gonna flip to the deployed side. They're gonna go 1, 2. Go here. This von Buddenbrock, I think, is gonna attack, assisted by this guy. They're gonna use the artillery point. So they have 3, +1 for red support that now they have. There's Flak battalion, so it's a 4. It's in a double objective zone, is a 5. 6, 7 for the artillery barrage, and 8 for the assist. So it's a pretty powerful attack. 8 versus 3. The 333rd has support, only 1 step, but they still have it. So it's a 4. They are not in prepared defense, they are not in terrain, but they are being attacked across a river hex, so it's a 5. So we said 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the support versus 3, 4, 5. So it's a +3. We can do it. 6 plus 3 is 9. Is just enough. No, it's more than enough to cause a situational retreat. So they are gonna flip, and they need to move back 3 hexes. 1, 2, 3. This means we get a foothold across the river. Maybe I did a mistake, because now this unit is surrounded and so they can't retreat. They'll need to be eliminated. So that's an example of how you need to plan your attacks carefully. So yeah, a bit of a tactical blunder from Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld headquarters. So there is just one solution, like one possible way out of this. We need to move this unit up here, 1, 2, 3, then do a double, how do you call it, a destruction barrage, hope to get 2 step losses on this unit, and then hope to get 13 or better on the attack, so we can cause, we need at least an 11, so we can cause another step loss, and then since they don't have a safe path, that would cause a 4th step loss. So it's a pretty hard gamble, but I think we're gonna take it. Why not? So these guys is gonna go 1, 2, 3, and they are gonna attack here, assisted by this guy, and we're gonna use both here points to do a destruction barrage here. So we do that first. They are in the open, so yeah, we need a 3 or better. So not a terrible odds here. 3 or better on both dice. Okay, 5 and 6, that's good. So they lose 2 steps, and since they are only 4-step units, they are down to half. And now we're gonna do the attack, so it's a 3, plus 1 for red support is 4, 5 for the double objective, and 6 for the assist, versus a 3, plus 1 for support is 4. So it's a +2, so we need at least a 9 on the dice. We are gonna need all the luck we can gather. And we did not. We rolled a 5 plus 2 is a 7. It's actually A1, so we suffer a step loss. So the Engert battalion fought not so good. And it would be a situational retreat, but since they have no safe path, as you can see, because these units have a ZOC here, these units has a ZOC here, and this unit has a ZOC here, they instead suffer another step loss, so they are down to 1. But this single step is gonna cause 4 step losses at the end of this activation, because they don't have a safe path. Otherwise we could have occupied this hex and moved maybe this unit up here, and that would have given these units a safe path. So yeah, but it was a desperate attack. Let me see, there is anything we can do here. Yeah, we need to reposition this police battalion to defend the southern flank. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Or maybe 1, 2, 3. Yeah, can actually go here, and at least we have a broader front line here. These units, they need to stay here, otherwise these infantry units could advance maybe here. And well, actually the MSR goes down these tracks, because we have established this part of hex is not in place, so Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld MSR goes down these tracks. So it's actually pretty safe, the MSR, but again, we won't risk the HQ to be overrun. And yes, this VP is a village. So I'm thinking, because this, sorry, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, so this HQ is only a 6 command range, so even if they move it further, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, they can't reach the objective. So yeah, but I can't open this flank, it's gonna be too risky, otherwise the 119th rifle can swing down here, leave maybe, yeah, just a couple of units sieging and move down there. So yeah, I'm not gonna risk it, and everybody else here has moved then. Actually, what we can do is advance here and here, so at least we have the river defense. Yeah, that's a better position. So let's roll for fatigue. We rolled a 3, so terrible turn. We increase our fatigue to 3. I think any other relief attempt is gonna be pretty hard. And then isolation losses. So all these units are in command range, but they do not have a safe path to the HQ, so they all lose 1 step. So that's the situation in Surovikino after applying isolation losses. As you can see, there are still 6 German steps in the 2 hexes of the city. Chir River Battle and this other one, they are down to just 1 step, and Camber and Cora are just down to 2 steps. So unless we can break them free, the next activation, these guys are gonna be gone. So we have at most 1 turn, 1 maybe 2 turns to siege Surovikino as the Soviets. Then it's freed. We see if we take a second activation, we need a 6. And we roll a 1. So Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld is done for the day. And let's see who will activate next. Yep, 119th, the besiegers of Surovikino, 1st Tank Corps, or 7th Field Division for the Germans, but it's going to be a Soviet activation. We'll keep the action on this side of the board, so 119th Rifle is going to activate. So the 119th Rifle Division is in a pretty good spot, I think. They are sieging Surovikino with, I mean, even too much units maybe. So I think they are going to try to shift their focus on the western flank, move some units, and try to attack Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld even on this side, because they are being aided by the 333rd in this siege. So let's see how they do with their snafu roll. They are 2 fatigue, so that's a -2. They are at optimal distance, but they are using tracks, and the weather is poor, so it's a -2. So it's a -4 for fatigue and using tracks, but +1 for optimal distance. They are, yeah, so -3. They rolled a 7, -3 is a 4. They still get an activation, but it's only a partial, so they get 1 objective, and they have 3 total artillery, but since it's a partial, it's only 1. So yeah, as you can see, there are pretty bad snafu rolls in this scenario. I mean, all the formations are pretty much already fatigued at the start, so as you can see how that limits your operational capability in BCS. I think that's a great way to model the attrition of combat without too many rules. It's just a few modifiers that actually impact what you can do or you cannot do. So again, we are gonna just wait this besieged unit to die on their own, and I think we can shift our focus on this flank. So we're gonna actually place our objective marker on this alarm battalion, the Kharkov 2, Kharkov 2, and we're gonna try to shift our focus. So this unit is gonna flip. This is sand, and it's just 1 for leg units, so they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, let me think. Yeah, no, then they will be in the deployed size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this unit here is gonna flip as well. And they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 into Nizhneozinovsky. Oops, sorry. They have moved, they were here. And I think we can afford to remove another unit. I mean, even if they attack us on this side, they have nothing to gain, they will still be isolated, so there's no point in the Germans to attack on this side, so I'm gonna flip them as well. Jesus. Sorry. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we are preparing for a push on this flank. And this guy is gonna go 1. And this guy is gonna go 1, 2. And the second battalion of the 365, 5th, so, well, yeah, it's gonna attack here. We're gonna spend our artillery point. So we have 3, no red support. +1 for the assist, 4, +2 for the suppression barrage, 6, versus a 2. They have support, so it's a 3. They are not in terrain, but they are attacking across river side, so it's a 4. So we are at 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 4. It's a +2 for the Russian attack. And we rolled a 9, +2 is an 11. That's a D1 and an automatic retreat. That's pretty good. So they flip and they go back to the HQ refuge, and they can go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so they go here. And they are down to 3. And the 119th crosses the Chir River at Chubilevsky, east of Chubilevsky. And I think we can also move here. We don't attack, we don't have artillery, but at least we keep the pressure on. Now, let me see if everybody is in command range. It's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, they are not. So I might need to shift the HQ a bit further. If we go here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So everybody's in command. We are still at optimal distance from the combat trains. Yeah, and once we open Surovikino, maybe, let me see. Yeah, we can also get the MSR off the tracks, because we can open this road down here. So next turn, maybe on the turn after that, so on the 9th or the 10th, we're gonna have a better MSR as well. Okay, I think that's it for this activation, so we'll check for fatigue. 1, 2, 3, since we did an attack, but we rolled a 6, so after a terrible first activation on the 7th, which they failed, now they are doing pretty well. And I think we want to try second activation to keep the pressure on Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld. So we need a 5 or better. And on the red die we rolled a 6, so we actually get a second activation. That's awesome. And the Germans are hurting a bit. So I'll do the second activation, and let's go with the Snafu. It's gonna be the same as before, so -2 for fatigue, -4 for using tracks, but +1 for optimal distance, so a net -3. And that's actually no, it's enough. 6 - 3 is a 3. It's just what we need to get a partial. And so as before, we get an objective and 1 artillery point. So actually this attack on Chubilevsky was better than I thought, because now we have a way open to try to overrun the actual HQ, because this unit is deployed. Sorry, it's not deployed, so they don't have a zone of control. So we can sneak a battalion down here and try to overrun this unit. And even if there is a soft jump, the HQ would be here, and maybe we can isolate this unit as well. So this is gonna be, yeah, pretty huge, I think. So we're gonna place our objective here on this battalion here. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3 across the Balka. Again, this unit doesn't have a zone of control. And then 4, we are gonna move into Stumpfeld Kampfgruppe, and we'll see. So it's soft jump optional rule, so or 1 to 4, the HQ actually isn't there. And we roll a 4. Okay, so it's a soft jump, so Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld HQ wasn't actually here, so we simply can move it and the combat trains, and they retain their status, so the combat trains will not become ghosted. Simply, it was an old intelligence that the Soviets had, and yeah, the actual position of the HQ and the combat trains was another one. We have 2 choices here. We can retreat into the pocket, maybe like onto these units, but then we'll be surrounded here, because these units is gonna advance here, so there'll be Azoks here, and yeah, of course these units are gonna press on here. So then we won't have a complete MSR, and but maybe we reduce the safe path step losses for a turn, but then it's gonna be very hard to activate. Or we can retreat like out of the pocket, hope to get a good Snafu roll next turn, even if we have a lot of fatigue, and then try to fight our way out with at least these battalions. I think the defenders of Surovikino are doomed actually. So I think we are actually gonna retreat out back towards the combat trains, but we still need to keep these units if we can in command range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we can go even down here. Let me see. So if we move it here, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think we are better off here, and then we can try to establish a second defense line here along this road maybe. So Stumpfeld Kampfgruppe retreats here. Yeah, the MSR can go down here, so it won't be crossing the streams with the 7th Field Division. So that's it. The HQ has been overrun with the 4th movement point of this unit. The rest of these battalions that repositioned last turn will move. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think we're gonna attack. So the 3rd battalion is gonna attack here, assisted by this one. We're gonna use our artillery point. So it's gonna be 3. The Balkas don't give any defensive terrain bonus. I think it's just a movement. Yeah, it's just an hindrance to movement. So 3 plus 1 for the assist and plus 2 for the barrage. So it's 6 versus 2. But they have support, so 3. So it's a 6 versus 3. Plus 3 on the Soviet attack. Oof! I rolled a 3, plus 3 is a 6. That's actually A1 result. That's not what anybody expected. So yeah, they actually lose a step, and this Morska 4 Alarm Battalion actually keeps its ground. They are still surrounded, but better than nothing. And then we'll see here, so these guys are gonna flip, and they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. These guys flip as well, and they go 1, 2, 3, 4. We cannot attack them, but at least we are starting to surround them. And there is a unit here, yes. So they flip as well, and they simply go 1 here to keep, yeah, a ZOC line around this pocket. So all these 4 battalions are now in a pocket as well. They are all surrounded by Soviet zones of control. We could do an attack here, but I think we can wear them down and surround them in the process. So that's it. Let's see if we increase the fatigue. We did do an attack on this battalion that hold the ground, so we need 1, 2, 3 to increase fatigue, and yeah, it was bound to happen. So we are now at fatigue 3. So a lot of Soviet formations are now starting to hurt, as well as the Germans actually. So these attacks and counterattacks take a toll on the operational capabilities of these units, and also, yeah, the tactical one actually. Yeah, it impacts both of them, like the movement is like the more operational, and the double objective or not. I think it's a good way of representing the actual tactical capability of a unit if it gets a good SNAFU result, so good supplies and so on. So that was the second activation of 119th, and let's see who will be next. I think, yeah, we only have 3. Yeah, it's a German activation. It's either Adam Kampfgruppe or the 7th Field Division, and I think actually we're gonna activate the 7th Field Division, because then 1st Tank Corps might do something. Okay, the 7th Field Division of the Luftwaffe is gonna activate. They are in prepared defense, and I mean, they just need to reposition a bit. I think they won't attack or barrage or anything. Yeah, that's why I kept them in reserve, just to see how the situations evolved. And actually the bigger threat, the 1st Tank Corps, has been a bit pushed back by the 11th Panzer, so I think they will actually need to reinforce a bit this side where Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld is in a pretty dire situation. So maybe we can swing a bit these 2 units to defend that side without getting mixed. That's the hard part. So first let's see the SNAFU. They are actually fatigue 0. They are using trucks, but they are at optimal distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so It's -2 for the tracks, but +1 for optimal distance. It's just a -1. I roll a 4, -1 is a 3, it's still good enough to get a partial activation. They won't place any objective markers, however they have only half movement points. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld is gonna hold the 119th very quickly. However, for the next couple of turns they still have to keep the siege going on Surovikino, so it's not like an emergency. We can slowly put ourselves in the right position. So they go 1, 2. They still on the deployed side, they go 1, 2, 3, 4. So they can move here. And yeah, the problem is first tank corps has yet to activate, so if I move too quickly out of the way here, they can try to push there maybe. So I think, yeah, there's no terrain, and that's also the hard part on this open ground to defend against tanks and so on. So I think they are just gonna hold here. And that's it for the 7th Field Division. They don't roll for fatigue since they didn't place combat objectives, and they won't try a second activation. Last one, I'm gonna draw just one cheat and see who that is, and that's who's activating, and that's 1st Tank Corps. Very well. So they now have to try to regain their strength and maybe push back a bit. They can either go head to head against these tanks and these like infantry and try to again re-establish some kind of defense and then wait for the 7th Tank Corps. I think, yeah, the objective is to establish a line of defense here and then to push back on this side to try and get at least closer to this objective. So let's see how the snafu goes first. We are at 0 fatigue. We lost fresh status, but still at 0. The MSR goes up this road, but then it's hit these tracks across the Chir, and there's also the MSR of the 333rd, so they are also crossing the streams. So 0 for fatigue, +1 for optimal distance, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but -1 for crossing the streams and -2 for poor trafficability of the tracks. So it's net -2. We are really needing a full activation here, but we don't get it. It's a 5, -2 is a 3. Again, just enough to get a partial. Yeah, we can only focus on one side of this front. Yeah, I mean, we are shifting on this side, so here is the 333rd Rifle area of operation, so we're gonna place our objective here and we'll try to push back. Now the problem is we don't get a double objective to attack these panzers, and they are pretty strong. But we should have our KV unit, and I mean, once this unit is gone and this unit is gone, the Germans are out of tanks, while we get 3 tank battalions for the 7th Corps, and also on the 12th of December another tank battalion from 1st Corps arrives, so the attritional battle is favoring the Soviets, so I think we can allow ourselves to be pretty reckless. Let's see, so first I think this KV unit is gonna go into their deployed side. Oh, but they don't have, there is this unit here. Yeah, the 11th Panzer has limited support, so I can't cross without taking an engagement here. So actually, let me activate this tank unit first. I'm gonna flip, and I'm gonna engage the support, the 1st Battalion of the 110th. So they are at 6, and the 11th Panzerjäger Battalion is a 2 plus 5, so it's a 7. So they are actually at -1 on the targeted support. They rolled an 8. -1 is a 7. It's enough to drop the support. And we're gonna do a fire attack by fire next with the 2nd fire event. So it's gonna be 4, 5, or 6 because they are in the open. But we rolled a 2 on the white dice, so nothing. Next, I think, yeah, this armored recon unit. No, actually, sorry. This 44th Motorized Brigade is gonna attack here, assisted by this tank battalion. And oh sorry, I didn't check for artillery. We only get 1 artillery point, and we are going to use it now. So it's going to be, we flip, so it's going to be a 3 plus 1 for the assist plus 2 for the artillery, and we don't have air support, so it's just a 6 versus 5 because they are not in terrain, so only +1. Yeah, those Panzer Grenadiers are pretty tough. Oh, and we rolled a 4 plus 1, 5. That's a disaster. It's 1 step loss. And that's it for this motorized brigade. Didn't we have another tank battalion? Oh no, it's been destroyed. It had only had 2 steps. I think I'm gonna be a bit conservative then. This KV unit is gonna move 1. And then we're gonna spend 2 fire events to attack these Panzer Grenadiers in the open with attack by fire. So we need a 4 or better. And now our luck gets better, so 2 step losses on those elite Panzer Grenadiers. Yeah, and we are gonna wait to attack these Panzer battalions actually. Oh, actually, we have 1 here as well. So that's only 1 step. Let's see what we can do with them. They are still 7. 1 step. Actually, I think I want to try and pummel these guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go 1, 2. We are stacking here, and we are gonna attack by fire again with 2 attack by fires. So 1 is successful, so we are reducing these elite units by attacking them from afar, which is probably wise. I think this 80 unit is gonna move here to protect the crossing. Yeah, then we have this armored recon and this motorcycle battalion that have yet to activate, but I could try maybe to attack this hill over here, but it's pretty heavily defended and I don't have any more artillery. This partial activation is really hurting the 1st Tank Corps, so I think we can only for now reposition on this side and prepare to again attack here, maybe with the help of 3rd Cavalry, and try to take out these tanks. So we're gonna flip this armored recon. They're gonna go half, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. They need to stop here. And this 10th armored recon battalion, they can actually go, I think, 1, 2 here. And again, they are still at 5 at action rating, so it's pretty hard to attack them. But at least I have some kind of line here. This IT unit is gonna stay here. So I think that's it for this activation. It's pretty brutal. 1st Tank Corps I think is running out of steam. But we did a regular attack, so 1, 2, 3, we increase the fatigue, and of course we roll a 1. So 1st Tank Corps is not having the greatest day of their career, and we are gonna try a 2nd activation. I mean, it's one of the strongest formations, so we need to exploit it. So 4 or more, and we roll the 5. Okay, we go to Snafu. So now we are at fatigue 1. We are at optimal distance, that's the 0. We are crossing the streams, -1, and we are losing tracks, so it's a -3. And that's really bad. 0, so we fail, but we still have to roll for fatigue. Oh, let me check, sorry. I don't roll for fatigue because I failed the SNAFU roll. Yeah, sorry. So we just go to the next activation. Okay, sorry. So that's it for 1st Tank Corps. And now we are left with only Adam Kampfgruppe, and they are gonna activate next. Okay, last but not least, Kampfgruppe Adam is gonna activate. Now, they made the mistake of not entering prepared defenses, and I think they will do it now, because, yeah, otherwise, before it's too late. Maybe they can hold to Verkhnechirski a bit more, or a bit longer, yeah. They are gonna enter prepared defense, They are at fatigue 3 anyway, so they won't get any great activation. So they're going to prepare defense. Should have done it on the 7th. And let's go to Snafu. So they are not fresh, they are at fatigue 3 actually. They are using tracks. They are crossing the streams with 11th Panzer combat trains, and Adam Kampfgruppe combat trains are down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They are, however, at optimal distance. So it's -3 for fatigue, -1 for crossing the streams, -2 for using tracks. So it's a -6, +1 for optimal distance, -5. And I think that's a record. They rolled 3, -5 is a -2, so it's complete failure. And now we have to decide, do we want to take the failure activation, so we can at least flip this unit and this unit, or do we want to do a recovery, a failure flip, and do a recovery activation to reduce the fatigue? Well, I think we have 1, 2 units that are exposed to attacks, so even though it would be good to reduce the fatigue, we can at least reform a line of defense. So we are not going to lose fatigue, we are going to take the failure, so we can flip the units. So this Kampfgruppe is going to flip, sorry, this battalion as well, guarding the bridge and this flank, and these 4 battalions that retreated. So yeah, they definitely need to do that. Yeah, they are pretty beat up, but they are quite a big formation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 battalions, so I think they are still tough to fight for the Soviets. So we flipped units. We could move the combat trains, but I don't see how that's gonna help. They are still gonna be crossing the streams with 11th Panzer anyway. And we apply isolation effects, but nobody's surrounded, thankfully, on this flank. And we want to take a second activation. I don't think there's a point in doing that, so that's it for Kampfgruppe Adam. They won't roll for fatigue since they failed. So here is the situation at the end of the 8th of December. The Soviets are making progress on the west and on the east, but actually in the center 11th Panzer has managed to blunt the 1st Tank Corps advance. It's gonna be an interesting situation. Next turn the Soviets get the 5th Mechanized Corps. This is gonna be pretty interesting. Bye for now, and let me know in the comments if I made any mistakes so I can address them before we go into the 3rd turn, and any feedback is welcome. As I said, I'm not an expert, so we are trying to learn all together these very complex games. Thank you very much, and see you on the next day.